Yes, you know about the Kendrick Johnson's death. You heard about the Equipment 10+2. You've heard about the Week of Terror in May of 1918 in Brooks and Lowndes County, Georgia. You've heard about Earl Evans, the black police officer over in Quitman, Georgia, that was burned to a crisp in a police car and nothing has been done about it. You've heard about James Demps that was shot down in back of Washington's funeral home in Quitman, Georgia. You've heard about Nigger Branch. You heard about the 31 jail deaths in Valdosta, Lowndes County, from 94 to 2009. And from 2009 to 2013, or 14 now, nobody knows. Nobody seems to care. You may know about when the black Reverend Floyd E. Rose ran as a candidate for the Lowndes County Chairman Board. And he received racial slurs at J.C. Shack polling place. But it was never published in the Valdosta Daily Times until I went to the Times and asked them, why are you hiding this? Eventually they did a story, but they never mentioned that Reverend Floyd Rose, the president of the People's Tribunal, was the victim of those racial slurs, and a white Caucasian was incarcerated in the Lowndes County Jail and released. Nobody's talking about, but you know about it through this YouTube channel, how at the Lowndes County Board of Commissioners, it seems as if though they don't want you to speak. Oh, you don't have to worry, just Google, you'll see it. They got a little pyramid-shaped area in the back of the room. And you can only get 2 tripods in there, myself and Gretchen Waterman. If Channel 6, Channel 10, CBS, ABC, HLN, and others came, they couldn't fit into that little small square. You already know about the South Georgia Regional Library and how I was called, and my name was slandered, and I do mean that on the internet. And I refuse to address that because I'm looking for them to do more. And we're ready for it. That's why all this is documented, and you've heard me say that before. And I'm not joking, it's filed in 3 states. And there's a group of people who's working just in case it's needed in the future. Let's leave it like that. But this is real world situations. I remember at Moody Air Force Base when the alarm went off and we had to go to wherever they told us to go, willing to fight and to die for this nation. And we didn't hate the people, but when we were called upon, we had to go. You may have heard about Sidney Johnson being dragged up and down South Patterson Street after he was killed in a house up near Harrison's funeral home. He was castrated, body parts was thrown across the street, according to the NAACP Crisis magazine. And we've asked questions. We've been asking a lot of questions. Nigger Branch, now called Pride Branch over in Brooks County. Now they deny that Nigger Branch ever existed, when we all know the truth. And we ask questions. Just like the Kendrick Johnson family is asking questions about their son's death. But in South Georgia, it's amazing how you ask questions. In the state of Georgia, how you ask questions. In the United States of America, how you ask questions. And they avoid your questions. And they do a switcheroo to keep you ignorant, stupid, bamboozled, hoodwinked, and make you think that we are indeed a nation of laws and rights, while you see your rights vanishing before your face. Now, what must we do? We must wake up. Are we going to lose this republic outright? You don't have to worry about Rush Limbaugh and Glenn Beck and black female columnist Star Park and others. That talk that they are doing is all but useless when it comes up against the God of our ancestors. Our God said he had no respect of persons. And our God said heaven and earth would pass away, but his word would stand forever. And his word is that there is nothing hidden that will not be revealed or uncovered. These are pages wherein the largest retail giant, let me repeat, the largest retail giant in the United States of America, Wal-Mart Stores Incorporated, they generated all these sheets of paper that covered a 4-week training program for department managers in sporting goods for all Wal-Mart stores here in the United States of America and perhaps around the world. Yet, they denied me this training. And on March the 8th, 2008, they terminated me, George Boston Rhymes, a manager, under the heading of inability to perform job. Yet they never trained me on one page of this. On these pages, on every week, I'm supposed to initial off on where I was trained, dated, along with my supervisor, Frank Summerlin, and they, the presidents of Wal-Mart Stores Incorporated, the board of directors at Wal-Mart Stores Incorporated, after nearly 6 years, have denied me a response of any kind. It's much like what Kendrick Johnson are doing. Now, this was not in China, Wal-Mart. This was not in Russia, Wal-Mart executives and board of directors. This was not in China, Georgia regional manager for Wal-Mart Stores Incorporated. This was in the state of Georgia, in Valdosta, where I was denied all of this training. Yet they denied me the right to any level of appeal. I've sent them 68 letters, over 400 videos, traveled to Bentonville, Arkansas, along with 141 other people, 40 other people. And do you know we were almost arrested? Those were people who had been mistreated just like me. And so in this country, something is happening now. They are saying to the American people, we don't have to answer you. If you are not in the clique and among the slicks, your son can die in jail. Your daughter that attended Valdosta State University or serving at Moody Air Force Base or serving in Georgia Military College or some other university or high school can be mistreated. We don't have to answer you because we the big dogs on the block. Yeah. And as I close, it is a disgrace for Wal-Mart Stores Incorporated to terminate me like so many hundreds of others and then just wash their hands of it. They won't even respond to you. Just like the black 14-year-old girl that died back in the 1800s and nobody said anything about it. Which reminds me of all these other jail deaths. Which reminds me of the young black girl that was hog-tied at Pine Grove Middle School. And when the mother, Shannon Watkins, went to the TV stations, gave them a package, went to the radio stations, they should be aware of it, went to the newspaper. We only have one local newspaper. And can you imagine Valdosta Metro City only having one newspaper when America's Georgia got 4, 5, or 7? It seemed like that 1860 charter mentality to control, suppress, and abate is alive and well. But I'm 100% sure, just like I said about the 1860 charter that was displayed on the wall, I am 100% sure that change will come to Valdosta Loudoun County and South Georgia in general. The only question is, what cost will be paid? We can avoid a lot if we would just listen to the American people and live up to what we have already written down on paper. And if we refuse to give the common everyday man a voice, if we refuse to give them justice in the judicial system, then we're not going to be known as a nation of laws around the world too much longer. And what if, I'm going to close on this, what if black police officers start shooting down white people like white people are shooting down black folk? What would happen? And how can it be that black police officers can tell the difference between a cell phone and an AK-47? Y'all had better wake up, because believe it or not, the young black children are not like the old black adults that sit in church and ignore the world around them and waiting for a Jesus that we have been praying to since we was tricked out of our own religion. Take it or let it alone. There's something happening in our world, y'all. And I come as a symbol of peace. I come because I want for my neighbor that which I want and have for myself and my own children. And if you do not want that in this world, then you will not stand up. You will fall for anything. And if any man fall for anything, he is of no value to Jesus. He is no value to Muhammad or Allah. He is of no value to the son of Amram and G.B.R. Moses. They are of no value to Buddha or to any other of those who claim to be or have proven themselves to be a peacemaker in God's world. Bye-bye. We go.